Next section of week 5, we are going to finish this woodworking assignment with doing a poster for them. And so this is how the final poster should look. So we're going to start by creating a document 24 by 36 inches. Make sure you're in inches. We're going to do 24 by 36 inches with a half a margin all the way around. And we want to add a bleed of 0.125, so that's how it is. Hit create. So there's our poster size. We want to add a Pantone 5767 to your swatch panel. So we're going to pop up our swatches, pull it out to make it easier. And we're going to do a new swatch group. New swatch, double click on it, and we're going to do our color mode of Pantone new swatch, color type spot, color mode, Pantone solid coated. Right there. And then we need 5767, which is like this green color. We're going to double click it. And hit OK. So there's your Pantone color. We're going to change to a process. Double click the swatch and change to process. Color mode, CYMK. So change it to CYM for process. So now it's that Pantone, but we did it to process. So you can see this CYMK breakdown. So there you go. We're going to get the rectangle tool right here. Make this full screen. And we're going to make a 22 by 10 inch fill with the Pantone color, no stroke. We're going to locate it 1 inch by 1 inch. So double click, and it's going to be a 22 inch by 10. Hit OK. Make sure you fill it. There you go. And the location is going to be a 1 by 1. So right there. We'll get our text tool, and we're going to click text tool. We're going to get the text tool, click text tool, a text, and use the same dimension as the last rectangle. We're going to type, so get our text tool, click and drag to make our text box. And we're going to type woodworker, guys, enter. It's really small right now. Workshop open house. And we want it to be 156 points tall. Now you can really see it. And the font it says to use is Adobe Colson, which I don't know if we have. Let's see. Right here. Adobe Colson Bold. And we're going to do the leading up to 166. We're going to get it together a little bit more. Like that. So it doesn't quite fit, so let's drag this out just a little bit bigger. Now it fits. And make sure it's aligned center. Over here. There we go. And so now we're going to locate at a 1 and a 1 again. So it's going to be at 1, 1. So it's the very top there. and we're going to change the color to white. So make sure you have the text selected, and we're going to change it to paper white. There you go. We're going to do a drop shadow. We did that in the last ad. So you're going to click on the words, and then you're going to hit Object, Effects, Drop Shadow. And then the drop shadow is going to have an X of 0.15, 0.15, and a Y of 0.15. And the distance is going to be 2.2121, and the size is going to be 0.0694. So that's kind of already set. You can hit preview to see it and hit OK. Now we're going to get our oval tool. And again, it's click to make a size, and it's going to be a 6 by 4.5. And we're going to fill it with spot color, a 20-point white stroke. Fill with spot color. So your green that you did, fill it with that. And then we're going to make it a stroke. We're going to make the stroke white and find our stroke properties here. Where is our stroke? Not pulled up. Okay. So our stroke, we want to be at a 20 points. So let's do this drop down at 20 points. And we're going to move it to the upper left location. So it's going to be at 17 by the X, and then 8.675. So that's the location we want it. Now we're going to draw a text frame on the artboard. We're going to type that WWG again. So draw your text frame, type WWG, and the registration symbol. To insert the registration symbol, you're going to go to type, insert special character, and then symbols, and then registration trademark. We're going to change it to the Adobe, that font again, of Adobe Caslon Pro Bold, and we're going to change to 130 points. You can double click that, 138 points, I mean. There you go. We're going to align it center, so make sure it's centered. Oops, the red X again. Centered. And then so then you're going to center it over this. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be white. Change the text color to white. So again, double click it and make sure it's white. There you go. We're going to draw another rectangle, so get your rectangle tool again. You're going to click, and this time it's going to be 22 by 6.5. Oops, it's 1, 10, 6. Okay. And we're going to fill it with that same spot color. Oh, make sure it's to fill. And then locate the text in the rectangle at, this is going to be located at a 1-inch by 28.5. So that's the location of that box. Take your text tool again, and we're going to click inside the rectangle, see how the cursor changes. So see how the cursor changes when it's inside the text tool. And we're going to set type to Adobe Font Pro bold. So Adobe Pro again, and we're going to do it to 72, and then we're going to do the leading at 86 right here. It's pretty much at 86, and then make sure it's black. We're going to do the bullet points, and it's under type, insert special characters, symbols, bullet character. And if you hit enter, it should add more. And I'm going to type this: table saw and routing demonstration 10 to 11:30, enter. So then you got to hit it in there every time. So I think you should be able to hit tab, insert character symbol, bullet character, the tab, add the bullet, and press tab. Oh, there you go. And then you just have to keep going in and adding those bullets. So I'm just going to, for the sake of this video, just copy and paste this. So it's in there. Even that out there. Make sure that's all correct. But make sure you type that all exactly the way that looks, and adding in your special character every time with the bullet points. So we're going to do go back to object, text frame, option, vertical, justification, and we're going to center it. So object, text frame, options, and then we're going to vertical justify. What the heck? Okay. Now, object, text frame, options, vertical justification, and center. So maybe I did something wrong. Object, text frame, oh, so you get columns there. Oh, that's pretty cool. Baseline, top set, top page. Okay, off of there a little bit. All right, so zoom in on the left side of the text box. With the text box selected, type the tabs palette. Drag the bottom indent triangle on the left over to 1.5. This will move the pair of triangles. Your line should move to the right. Have set the general indent value for the paragraph. The top triangle is for setting the first line indent. Now click the left justified tab and click the 2-inch mark. This text moves over and lines up there. So we're justifying this a little bit. I know that's a little confusing. So see if we can figure this out. We're going to zoom into the left zoom in there. And the left side of the text box, with the text box selected, which we have, we're going to get a type tabs palette. And we're going to drag the bottom indent triangle, which is right here, on the left over to 1.5, which is right there. Okay. This will move the pair of triangles. Your line should move to the right on half set the original indent value for the paragraph. The top triangle is for setting the first line indent. Now click the left justified tab and click the 2-inch mark. The text moves over to line up there. Oh, that's not good. So I think you have to well, shoot, I screwed that all up. So I hit tab, those all should line up. Maybe these don't line up. I'll just do that. So you should be able to make those out. Oops. Doesn't quite fit now that you do that, but you can make that a little bit bigger. Still not quite lined up. There we go. So using the tabs tab, I know that was kind of rough, so sorry, but it is a way to line up your text within there, which is kind of a cool feature to learn about. We'll do some more work on that later. So we're going to now place that primitive cabinet.pdf again, which is this cabinet right here, like we did for the ad. So we're going to go File, Place, find your woodworking thing again, and find your primitive cab and place. So it should still have the clipping path like we talked about in the last video. So we want to locate this to the location of 11.25. Oh, I didn't type that in right. And at 12 inches. And we want to increase it to make sure it's locked at 200% bigger to make it big. Did we do that right? 11.2512. Okay, so that's the location. We're going to do enlarge. We're going to do object effects. And we're going to reduce the transparency to 50%. So we're going to lighten it up. Hit OK. And we should enlarge a bitmap image. You shouldn't enlarge a raster image, but the lower opacity, it will look somewhat blurry. You should put a drop shadow on the cabinet, but with the lower opacity, you won't see it very well. So you could do that, but you won't see it very well. So we're just going to leave it like this. The image is covering part of the logo, so we're going to go Object, Arrange, sorry, I'm getting a call. Object, Arrange, we're going to send to the back. So now that is stacking correctly. draw a picture frame with the frame tool at 5. So we're going to draw a picture frame with the frame tool. So get our one with the X on it. I'm going to click, and we're going to make this 5.25 by 7.25. Hit OK. And then locate this, we're going to put it at 1.5 at 11 and a half. That's where it should be located. And then we're going to put a 20-point stroke on it. What color? So let's put a 20-point stroke on it. And now with the frame still, select the top rectangle frame. We're going to put file place. We're going to place the image in here. So file place under woodworkers. We're going to grab Pete Tiff and place it in there. And you see how it fits in there correctly, and you don't have to resize anything unless you want to. Alright, I'm going to pause right here because I think my next interview is here, and so I will be back shortly to finish this up.